Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Gonna read through this article. It is breaking news. I'll be clear, there's no crime that's taken place. I'm just passing on some information which may be of interest to you guys. Bob Saget has been found dead at an Orlando hotel. So I'm going to read through the full article. There's a link in the description. I'm sure there's going to be all kinds of media about Bob Saget and his death. But let's read through this. Bob Saget, a comedic legend who rose to fame on the hit TV show Full House, was found dead on Sunday at the Ritz-Carlton in Orlando. He was 65 years of age. The cause of death was unclear, but detectives found no signs of foul play or drug use. According to the Orange County Sheriff's Office, no additional details were released on Sunday, and the medical examiner's office will determine the cause of death, according to the agency. Saget, who was on a tour of Florida cities with his stand-up comedy act, performed Friday night at Hard Rock Live at Orlando's Universal City Walk, and then at a show Saturday night in North Florida. On Sunday, deputies said they responded about 4 p.m. to a call from the Ritz-Carlton related to Saget. Here's a quote. Earlier today, deputies were called to the Ritz-Carlton Orlando Grand Lakes for a call about an unresponsive man in a hotel room. The man was identified as Robert Saget and pronounced deceased on the scene. Detectives found no signs of foul play or drug use in this case. Saget's publicist didn't immediately respond to a request for comment from the Associated Press. After his last performance on Saturday night in Ponte Vedra Beach as part of his I Don't Do Negative Comedy tour, he tweeted at 3:42 a.m. expressing how much he enjoyed performing. And here's a quote from Bob Saget's tweet. I had no idea I did a 2-hour set tonight, he wrote. He also wrote about his performance Friday in Orlando in a post on Facebook, including a photo of himself on stage before the show. Here. A perfect show of 2022. That was his fastest hour and 45 minutes I've ever lived through. That was the fastest hour, excluding surgery. So great to make people laugh and have a good time. The next stop on Saget's comedy tour was in late January. Tributes from fellow comedians and celebrities poured in on social media following news of Saget's death. John Stamos, who co-starred with Saget on Full House, wrote, I am broken, I am gutted, I am in complete and utter shock. I will never ever have a friend, I will never ever have another friend like him. I love you so much, Bobby. The comedian Gilbert Gottfried recalled that he spoke on the phone just a few days ago with Saget and was in shock. Here's a quote from Gilbert Gottfried. We stayed on the phone as usual, making each other laugh. Rest in peace to friend, comedian and fellow aristocrat Bob Saget. TV producer Norman Lear, who called Saget a close friend, wrote the comedian was a lovely human as he was funny, and to my mind he was hilarious. In often a ruthless business, he was historically not just hilarious, but more importantly, one of the kindest human beings I ever met in my career. And that comes from Richard Lewis. Saget was best known for playing Danny Tanner, a widower and father to 3 young girls, on Full House. The sitcom ran on ABC from 1987 to 1995, and Netflix had a revival called Fuller House, which ran from 2016 to 2020. He also served as the host of America's Funniest Home Videos and later was the unseen narrator on CBS's How I Met My Mother. Acting on Full House and as a host of America's Funniest Videos, Saget cultivated a squeaky image, but his stand-up comedy showed his naughty side, which was highlighted in what became a much talked about cameo in the 2005 documentary The Aristocrats. The Aristocrats. I've watched that. In which 100 comics riffed on the world's dirtiest joke. It revealed his notoriously filthy sense of humor. In a 2019 interview with the Orlando Sentinel TV critic Hal Boedker, Saget discussed how his very adult stand-up act was in stark contrast to TV characters. I'm still an R-rated act. I'm South Park. I'm a 9-year-old kid that learned all the words. I've got a certain amount of wisdom from being 62. There's a little more parenting in what I do in a joking way. I think I'm more myself than I have ever been on stage. That's a quote from Bob Saget. Saget said that he was hopeful that the Orlando audience he was going to perform to in 2019 would be varied. It looks like my kind of crowd. I get anyone from 18 with a fake ID to 90. So I hope a bunch of 90-year-olds come as a mosh pit. So tragic news about Bob Saget, and the article finishes by letting us know that he is survived by his wife, Kelly Rizzo, and 3 children. So you're perhaps more familiar with Bob Saget than I am. I've never watched Full House or Fuller House. I've never seen his stand-up comedy, but I've seen him on TV clips here and there in interviews and such. And the guys, most of the quotes here I'm familiar with. The guys, Gilbert Gottfried, Richard Lewis, these kind of guys, this kind of era I'm familiar with. These types of comedians. It's obviously tragic. There's no information as to why he died. The police have let us know that there seems to be no suspicious circumstances, no drug use. So, I guess it's through natural causes, we would think at this point. But either way, I just thought I'd introduce that to you guys. If you like the video, do like, comment, subscribe. Best wishes to his family, condolences. And, it's I guess it's tragic. It's too young. 65 is not that old. We would like to have seen him have another couple of decades on this planet. But alas, that's not to be.